Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man giving you the truth. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. And I'm going to be kind of reacting on this video to a video that was placed on the Lapeef network. Be some pretty interesting commentaries on here. So this was 2 days ago, and the title, if you want to go watch it, is Anton Goes Off About Women Not Holding Women's Bad Behavior Accountable. Now, when it comes to Anton Daniels, is iffy. Like, some people like him, some people don't. I happen to be one of the ones that like him. I don't agree with everything he says, but I agree with a lot of what he says. And I definitely think that what he said on this one, he was on his stuff, y'all. He was on his stuff. The girl couldn't say nothing. She couldn't listen. This was good stuff right here. This is good stuff because it's true. A lot of women don't hold women accountable for their bad behavior. I even know one that does the total opposite, tries to side with them. And that's what he was talking about, kind of. We're going to play the video. I'm going to have to be stopping it. It's 8 minutes long. I ain't going to play, probably ain't going to play the whole thing, but I'm going to play a lot of it. I'm going to let you hear it for yourself. Shout out to the Lapeef network, Anton Daniel. I told you in the comments, fair use, man. Yeah, I had to use this right here.
Let's peel the Band-Aid off all the way. Let's peel the Band-Aid off all the way. I go to work every fucking day. I pay more taxes than I have.
All right. Real quick, man. I looked up the definition of strife, right? The definition of strife is angry or bitter disagreement over fundamental conflicts, exertion or contention for superiority. And I always like to kind of break it down into today's where anybody could understand. So I put the No Matrix definition on it. The fight for the #1 spot is when the queen wants to be the king. Basically, because the king, there's no strife. He's the man. He's the leader. But when his leadership is challenged, that's strife. So from now on, and y'all hearing it from me first, I didn't get this from nobody. We will call the unicorns housewives, and we will call everybody else house strife. Stay-at-home house strife. House strife. That's what we're going to call them from now on. We're calling them house strife. Based on the definition, angry or bitter disagreement over fundamental conflict. So if they disagreeing with you, that's strife. And because the Bible says that you're supposed to win your husband without a word in 1 Peter chapter 3, you strife. Exertion or contention for superiority, fight for the #1 spot is the No Matrix definition. So you have stay-at-home housewives and you have stay-at-home house strife. You have working wives and you have working strifes. So from now on, all y'all in the manosphere, I want you to use this, but don't try to take credit for it, man. Yes, you being a smelly vag with no hair on it after she play basketball and go for a jog. That's what you been when you try to use people's catchphrases and don't give them credit. The common ones that everybody know, you don't have to, but don't be trying to act like you that innovative, man. Let's get back to it.
Medicare, not Medicaid. No. Because now you want to overtalk me. Now you want to overtalk me. I pay more than I have to because I have to take care of a group of people. I have to now be responsible for bad decisions that women make because they fed into feminism and they sold themselves out. They sold their souls to the white woman to fuck up their families, and now they trying to remove themselves from holding themselves accountable. But
If you don't know what he's talking about how we have to pay extra taxes, like for like welfare, and in some states they get like a little bit of cash. I think it's called AFDC or something like that. And that's what he's talking about, like how women basically bought into all that feminism and all that stuff, and they messed their households up because they basically, just let's be honest, most men is not gonna put up with a woman just trying to punk him out. Eventually that relationship is gonna fail. Like, and I would advise you guys, listen, if there's something that can go either way, then it's supposed to be your way. These women try to undermine everything. No, I think we should do this. No, I think we should do this. That's not a wife, that's a strife. I read y'all the definition. We calling them strifes now. We calling them what they are. If they're a unicorn, if they go and stand in line, they might not be perfect, but they stand in line. Then we'll call them housewives. All the rest is house strife. Now, I know all of them think they good women and a catch and class. They not, man. Because if they were, trust me, I'm a man. I know how men think. The divorce rate would not be so high. Because number one, if they was who they was supposed to be, they wouldn't be going and filing divorce over, oh, he cheated on me. Have you did research? Y'all hear me say all the time that guys shouldn't be lying to these women, but still, these women shouldn't be just busting their families up. Then their kids end up getting all kind of stuff happen because the father wasn't there to protect his kids. You put some other man who you looking at how he look or what he has or whatever your criteria is, and you brought some other dude around that man kids and he slapped them or he did this or he did that. You shouldn't have had him around. You see, some women just, once they start disrespecting a man, it's like airplane flight. It's like going out of space. They're going to keep going up till they can't go up no more. But remember, guys, remember, if it's up to them, it's your fault.
They're trying to remove themselves from holding themselves accountable for the people that they open up their legs to. I gotta pay for that shit. It's my fault.
And y'all gotta excuse the cussing. Most people on YouTube cuss. You just gotta get used to it.
Y'all policies, you pick these dumbass politicians. Y'all making all of the decisions of what's going on in the company.
Yeah, they do.
And now y'all want to remove all responsibility that comes along with it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so if you have done
advertisements that I'm not getting paid for.
Y'all pick the politicians. Y'all the determining factor for whether or not we gonna have these fucked up policies that's going on. We got all of these stupid Democrats in office continuing to raise the taxes so we can pay for these bad
pretty much,
and we can continue to fund the prison industrial complex that y'all breeding.
And then, by the way, because you love your grandparents or your parents and you voting for Democrat, just understand that there's things that come along with voting for Democrats. None of them are perfect, but that's not an excuse to vote for Democrat. The no cash bail thing, where all these dudes could do whatever they want and then just have some of them be selling drugs so they got plenty money. Have somebody just get them right out. Or they could say, well, I don't got the bail. Get right out. That's Democrats. Abortion clinics, which basically took down the numbers of black people because black people had the most abortions. Democrats. Trying to say, even though we on the brink of war and we don't know if they're going to attack us or not, Democrats want to limit how many shells you have in your magazine. Meanwhile, they're challenging the strongest country in the world, apart from us, to war. You can't have more than 10 in some states, Democrats. But what if they come and they just attack all of us on the ground? Forcing people to put stuff in their body, Democrats. Who got us out of it? Republicans. Republicans in the Supreme Court say, hey, listen, we're not making them do that. If they want to do it, they could do it. If they don't, we're not making them do it. So Anton has a point right here. In the capitalistic, let's be honest. When you're dealing with capitalism and when you're dealing with power, that's why they call it Republican. A republic. Republics deal in capitalism. Remember Rome. When Rome got away from the republic, being a republic, that's when everything went downhill. Because nationalism is often tied to capitalism. Capitalism is, if you understand policy and you know Republican, because some of them, you got fake Republicans in there too. But as a whole, capitalism is tied to nationalism. And nationalism says, we gonna do what we gotta do here. And we ain't gonna worry as much about the rest of the world. Also, when you're dealing with Republicans, you're dealing with small business. You're dealing with the Bible. Like Democrats, come on, man. Let's just be honest. And YouTube, please, I know y'all probably Democrats. Just let this video play out. Don't be unreasonable and unfair. So, they deal in capitalism. They deal in faith-based. They deal in the Bible. A lot of these preachers is fake. You can't go along with certain groups and advocate for them and be Bible-based. No, you have to tell them the truth. What the Bible say about what this or that. Let's get back to it. Let's get back.
And I have to be responsible for it? Come on, man. At some point, y'all gonna have to look in the mirror and take responsibility and say, yo, we gotta do better as a community of women. Because even if every single guy that is a good guy decide that they want to exercise big discipline, the majority of the dudes that y'all picking to have kids with is the worst in society. And then y'all want to come on later and say, hey, people.
But let them tell it. They don't like that type. Okay, we will see. Everybody that say this, guys, if your wife or your girl try to tell you she don't like Pookies, okay, you don't like Pookies and y'all got kids, give me his first and last name so I can do a background check on him. Bet you they don't. Because he'll be right out the house. You got him around my kids, it's over. It's over. It's time for me to have custody. Listen, any woman that I know personally, that I've been around, heard her talk extensively, I know which ones like Pookies and which ones don't. Because I'm like a sponge. I look at everything you do. I look at your past, your present. And I'll know if you like Pookies or not. And we're going to make a whole separate video. I was going to talk about how these women trying to talk about they want a God-fearing man. I'm about to tear off any of y'all. And that's one of my goals in ministry. I'm going to show these dudes how they supposed to be. So we'll see if you be saying you want a God-fearing man after I'm done.
Grace Watkins and save us. Fuck y'all and y'all kids and everything that them kids stand for. Because I didn't have it. It's not my responsibility, and you need to own that shit. And suck that shit up, go to work, do whatever you gotta do like a man gotta do. Because let me tell you something, the family court law, they don't even care about whether or not the man can afford it. If he don't come up with that money, he going to jail. I don't see that happening to women. Y'all want equal, but it ain't equal. Because it ain't. And
this is why he's right. This is why I don't tell you, hey man, go get married. I tell you, hey man, you like her, vet her out. If she won't let you vet her, you already know that's not the one for you. She just wants you to blindly commit to her, not the one for you. So what he basically said is how women try to blame the man over them being single and having these kids. You can somewhat blame the man, but you can't not blame yourself. Especially those of y'all who thought y'all was going to trap them with a baby, and that was your whole plan. You was lying, talking about you was on birth control. Then he shot the sauce. He painted the walls. And now you pregnant? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Equal responsibility, it ain't equal in a family court law. And you know how I know it ain't equal? Because at the same time that y'all advocating for more feminism, more equal rights for equal play, y'all advocating against family court laws and updating the laws that wasn't even designated or allocated for y'all in the first place. It wasn't even meant for y'all. Y'all took advantage of the system. Y'all fucking up our community. It's y'all fault.
And Jason Whitlow, this is what he was saying. I'm going to tell you. When you look at how the communities are, you can blame the guys, but you got to blame the women too. Let me break it down for you. If we could put a number on it, how many guys were ran off because she flipped out and tried to control them? I guarantee you hundreds of thousands, if not millions. So now you're raising these kids by yourself. They need a male figure in the house. Their own dad. So what they should be doing is giving them kids to their father and helping them. Be like, if you need me to watch them while you go to work, I'll do that. They're not willing to do that. What they do is they want their kids to be wherever they are. Whatever state they want to live in, and they want the father to just fund it all. So she could be like, I'll treat next time, and then take your child support or alimony money and take Pookie out to dinner. And all while they doing this, they're the victim. He left me. Some of y'all, the smart thing is to leave you. Why stay here and fight with you, and one day you're going to throw a punch? And now here come the police. The smart dudes, they not going to go and mess their record up with police and stuff and DVs. They're going to just leave you alone and get somebody that don't act like you. That's all they're going to do.
Do you think it's equal, or they're fighting for superiority? I just wanted to, based on what you
said. They full of the devil. That's what they are.
And first of all, listen. Anything that God said, literally said, this broke down correctly. When you go the opposite way, it's satanic. You go in the way of the devil. It was never 50-50 in the relationship. Go back and read your Bible. Eve was created to help Adam. It was never 50-50. But they didn't, when you have a relationship that you don't determine each person's role, which happened with Adam and Eve, now you got her trying to run him. That's why he said your desire shall be for your husband. This is God talking. So what they do now is a lot of them try to question the authenticity of the Bible because they don't want to submit to no man. They want to be married, but they don't want to submit to no man. What they want is they want a guy that's always telling them how wonderful they are and bringing them gifts and letting them run everything. You ain't no man. You can't be a king. Now they making moves. The woman king.
I would say. Did somebody steal your wheels recently?
We're going a few more.
When a woman is broke, she gets governor assistance.
Hey, Mr. Lego, you can't do that no more. You can't do that no more. You cannot do that no more. You're not doing that this show. No, you're not. Because I'm watching.
Yeah, he gonna you gotta stay on home. You gotta stay on home. Her children. She is God.
That's the thing with Mr. Lick go. And that's what Ali is talking about. The thing with Mr. Let Go is he say a lot of good things. Like, I don't have a problem with him other than how he tried to come out against in favor of Hafiz in that debate with Coach Greg Adams. Hafiz was clearly in the wrong. Being married 1 year, he shouldn't have even been on that panel. Because in the first year, most of them gonna act right. They're gonna give you all the sex you want. They're gonna be cooking. The house gonna be clean. But wait till they get used to you, or wait till you do something or say something they don't like. It's downhill from there. Downhill, I'm telling you. So, but what he's saying is Mr. Let Go needs to stay on code, because Mr. Let Go, he don't never just flat out lay the information out there if it's against them. Ali was basically saying that Anton is right, so we're not going for that. You trying to smooth things over stuff.
So you gotta read the super chat.
You're always saying
No. All these ads, they're not paying me.
Hey, Brianna said he gotta read the super chats.
Yo, Ali is butthurt.
No, they can literally. No. Think about it. They can literally take a man,
Send him
and
to
put
jail.
his name on the birth certificate in order to get benefits for it, and he's responsible for that child, even if
it's not his.
knows that it's not his kid. It's
Fact.
men going to jail today for child support for kids that's not even
there.
Not even there.
That's crazy. And y'all want to sit here and have conversations with us about responsibility? First, you're going to have to come to the table in honesty and in truth and being real about the situation that y'all putting these guys in and y'all putting yourselves in. Y'all can't even come and be honest with who y'all are, and y'all want us to be able to support y'all and protect y'all and hold y'all down and marry y'all. And then y'all wondering why black men is divesting themselves against these women? What makes you think that they want to be with y'all and y'all are not even honest with yourselves and coming to the table honestly? We don't even ask nothing from y'all. We don't ask y'all to do nothing for us. We don't ask y'all to bring money to the table. We don't ask y'all to support us. We don't ask shit from y'all. All we are is behind the 8 ball because we continue to subject ourselves to the very person that we lay next to is really our enemy, because they won't even be honest with what it is that they bring into the table. You bring in lies, deceits, irresponsibility, and you're looking to get...
And that's why y'all always hear me saying that women need to be honest about their body count. They need to be honest. They need to stop blaming these kids on guys. It's not their baby. It's just a lot of stuff. They need to be honest about what they did since they've known you. They lie about that too. They've been slept with another dude or slurped another dude. And because they want to keep themselves in high regard in your mind, they won't be honest about it. They won't tell you the truth. Some guys, you tell them the truth, he'll still deal with you. But they won't tell you the truth because they want to elevate in your mind. And they know that a smart person, if you've been slurping and burping and choking on another dude, a smart person they ain't gonna take you serious. So they put all of what they do sexually under the rug. And now they presenting themselves in a way that you did way more than you saying. And they get mad at this kind of talk. But this kind of talk is needed. We got a few more minutes, then we're going to close this up.
All they do is use us. They don't actually add value. You want to know what's really wrong with the black community? Is that the woman is out of her purpose and she's not a helpmeet no more. Yep. She's the enemy.
Anton, well, oh my. You know what, man? I'm giving Anton his props on this. He said that they not helpmeets no more. They the enemy. Some women will battle. They'll try to remove you from the household. This is what they do. They'll be fighting against the man, right? But they'll try to act like everything is normal with the kids. But that damages daughters. Like if you are into it with your husband and you're not reconciling to your husband and your daughters see that and you just trying to function normal, you trying to like take the lead role in the house. I'll be like, shoot, they don't need me no more. And I'm the type, there ain't no woman gonna do me like that and then I just submit to her in every way and just bow down. Oh yes, you can have this. Oh yeah, that ain't how it's gonna work. I will literally tell the court, you might as well throw me in jail right now. And then I go to jail, I'm gonna stay in the room when I ain't working out or eating all day and pray to God. Pray to God. And people always talking about, oh, he's on, you think he on your side. Let a dude you been dogging out, not submitting to, get to praying. Then we'll see how much he on your side. He in jail because of you. All the things I did, let's just say, all the things I did in the past, I never went to jail. They never caught me up like that. They was trying their best. Then you end up trying to do what's right and get married, and that's your first time in jail. Man, God is not going to be, listen, look here.
She's more of an enemy than a white man ever has. She's more of an enemy than anybody in history has ever been to the...
And I just had an argument with somebody that there are people. Wisconsin, if you don't know, Wisconsin has a lot of white people. Where I live at is not as many, but you still see them, you still interact with them, you still work with them and stuff like that. When I look back at the people that I had the most problems from at work, very few of them were white. Very few of them were Latino. Most of them were black. Black women in particular. The main two jobs that I probably quit prematurely, but I did it for real, I had reasons. There were black women in charge, and I'm not, if y'all watch my video, y'all know that I'm not just one of them dudes just gonna pile on like these other women don't do nothing. But black women supervisors, even going back to the days I was a baker at a grocery store, when the white manager just was laid back, tell you what need to be done, you make a mistake, she knew how to talk to people, everything was cool. But when the black woman took over, everybody, me and the other girl, quit. And the black woman was Rainbow. The other girl was Rainbow too, but she didn't even like her. So when he says this, I know exactly what he's talking about. We supposed to be working together, but they work against you like they the enemy. And then a lot of them try to act like they better than the hoochie mama, single mother with 6 kids. But then you do the same, if not worse, to your men than she did. So how are you better? And a lot of you, if you could get away with it, you would be a 304 as well. "28 minutes, we on."
Black community, because she's the very person that comes in with deceit and looks to use you and then disperse.
And then they mad at the Passport Brothers for choosing which gold diggers they would deal with. But women after money are women after money. That's why I say they all the same, whether it's the stripper on the pole or the girl who don't do as much and not as extreme, but she after money too. They all the same.
She's done with you. And then she'll move on when it's all said and done, and then say, well, what about the kids? Fuck them kids and fuck that woman too. Throw that hoe out with the bathwater. Throw the baby out with the bathwater. Start the fuck over. Get a whole new group of women, and then fix the community that way.
I can't relate. I don't know if this is like a personal thing.
No, it's real. I'm not the problem in the community. I'm married to my woman. I've been married for almost 19 years. I never had a child out of wedlock, and I still got to look at my paycheck and say, who the fuck is these little kids?
Have you actually
right here
where most of your taxes are going? Because most of your taxes is going to Medicare, not Medicaid.
To you.
To who?
To you.
Single mothers.
No. Because what you're not gonna do is group me in there, because none of y'all know my business or my personal life or what I got going on, other than what I show y'all. Y'all don't know what I got going on. Y'all don't know what's happening.
And again, these type of people, man, We don't have to know all your business, but if you're going to be around, we need to know some of it. People be quick to say that, but they're around. Like, okay, we don't want to get in your business. We get it. But if you finna be around, we're going to have to know a little bit about you. So all of that, I'm telling you, women do that because they want to keep that image up. They not being private because they private people. They being private because they know some of their behavior ain't right. And we can get in these phones and get in this and get in that. We'll see that you ain't the person you say you are 9 times out of 10. Again, we calling them house strifes from now on. The ones that's not unicorn.
Here or with my children.
Be Taylor, calm down, stand down, stand down, stand down. We're not talking about you. Calm down. Calm down.
I don't get government assistance, so that's for one. Don't try to stereotype me or any of that. No, because I have a right to defend myself. Don't point at me and say to you. Say to whoever you talking to.
No, it's to you. And
I'm not on government assistance.
The reason that is to you,
and I'm not giving.
You're the one that's.
See, these women, they always eventually try to act like they got nuts, like they got 2 balls. And it's like you. Let's just go back to it.
Tell me.
No, you are just as much as the problem.
You're so mad because your wheels got stolen off of your car. You're so mad that your wheels got stolen off your car. You want to start pointing the finger at every black woman that probably have a kid. You don't know what the fuck they got going on in their situation, or they like.
86% of kids raised in single-parent homes without the father become juvenile delinquents. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. I know the truth. I worked there over 13 years. I made phone calls for them. Most of them, when you ask them, oh man, my father in jail. Oh man, my father got killed. Oh man, my father, he live in a whole nother state. The best dudes be fighting through it and still trying to be there for their kids. But a lot of them, they don't have no man's number listed unless it's their granddaddy or their uncle. And you can't tell me because I worked with juveniles for 13 years and probably gonna have even more stories next year or later this year. Because it's possible I might just, do it. But let's continue.
But you want to sit here and have the nerve to point the finger and say somebody's getting government assistance. You don't know what I have going on over here. So first of all,
and the women that's not getting government assistance, a lot of them are working all day while their kids are at home by themselves. Why not just let the father have them and help him? Because you know why most of them won't? Because they want money. They want money. Some women only deal with you for money. When the money gets messed up, now she acting messed up because anybody can act right when everything is going well. But we're going to see who you really are when that money dry up or this happened or that happened. That's when you see who they really are. Because again, like the saying goes that we hear on YouTube, a woman's loyalty is proven when you have nothing. A man's loyalty is proven when he has everything.
So when your taxes are going, then you will look up and see where most of your money is coming from. Most of your money is being taken out by Medicare, not Medicaid. So if you actually look up where your taxes is going, then you would know and stop being mad and pointing the finger at whoever and being mad about your checks.
Fellas, the minute that y'all realize that she is literally a representation because
I don't care if you can stereotype me all you want to, Anton. I'm not gonna let you.
You didn't even let me finish what I was gonna say. This is another reason. This is another reason why men tend to walk away from the table. No, because this is another reason. Because
this is one of the main reasons. You not finna be with me and I can't come. You won't let me get a word in? I can't communicate with you? Come on now. That's like dominance. The man is supposed to be the dominant figure in the relationship. When these women do that to y'all, man, you correct them. You be like, listen, when I'm talking, you shouldn't be talking. Who you think you is? You ain't my daddy. Bet that. We got to get more cutthroat with these women, man. We don't need them like y'all think.
And I let you talk.
There's a lot of, hey, listen, man.
I shut the panel down. I was stopping losers. I stopped Mr. Lego. I asked Ali to hold off. And I said, hey, y'all, let her finish her point. Now, when I get passionate about something, you don't want to hear it because you feel like you're taking it personal, right?
No, you pointed and said you.
You are, and let me add the context.
Okay.
You are a representation of what it is that we not rocking with because you're the one that made the point. You standing on these principles, you advocating for this, and you also are refusing to hold women accountable, which is your sisters, right? Because I hold my guys accountable.
He's right. You could check out the video, go to the Lapeef Network. But he's right. They spend more time taking up for each other than holding each other accountable. And then the rest of them, they try to keep things so private that people don't know how they clowning their husbands. But they'll find out once he leave your butt. Then they'll know what you've been doing. Because I'm telling you guys, any woman that was the reason why you broke up, try to clown you and act innocent, it's time for her to get exposed. It's time for everything to be on the table. Let her put what you did on the table. But if you know that she's the reason why y'all relationship went sour, it's time for her to get exposed to all of these people that don't know how she get down. See, we gotta, as long as they can hide, you know who's gonna get affected? The kids. The kids. They're gonna be scarred by the misbehavior. And they're going to be scarred when they see their father loading his luggage in the car and getting up out of there. But these chicks don't care because as long as they can do whatever they want to do, if they want to sit on the couch and watch meaningless stuff, they don't care. Most of us, basically, when they say pick better, it's a smidgen of truth to that. But that you can't pick better, though. If it was possible, that would be a good saying. But people change so much, how you gonna know? See, that's where, guys, you got to start looking at in the beginning of the marriage. But anyway, we got more videos to come. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel.